Four more, three more, two more, one more.
I just want to go elk hunting, man. There's a kill dam and there's a chill dam. You probably won't see chill dam. That I guarantee. Do you make money while you sleep?
This is all about lungs, legs, and butt pucker.
We're anxious.
Don't blow it. I'm Dan Staten, and all I want to do is elk hunt, period.
I just want to go elk hunting.
There's not a day that goes by that I don't somehow, some way think about elk hunting, and to the degree of like, I don't know, maybe it's like pressure, but I've had some success at elk hunting in the past. I really like that feeling of delayed gratification, and I'm like, how can I get that feeling again? And so maybe I'm not thinking about mountain ranges or elk bugling, but I'm kind of thinking about what can I do to make myself just a little bit better every day as it pertains to elk hunting. Yeah, so I think folks think I'm pretty serious all the time, and I am. I'm a pretty serious, intense kind of guy. Ask my wife, she'll back that up. But I do like to cut loose with the boys. I have a small circle, very small circle, and that's by design. And I hope that I never do take myself too seriously, because this life is short and I do want to have fun. Elk hunting I do take probably more serious than most people, but it's just because I live to be in those mountains, and I know what kind of like hard work and delayed gratification can get me come September. Yeah, so we had an ElkShape camp, and I told the guys to like 80-20 their life when it came to nutrition, like eating for performance and recovery, and I don't expect you to be perfect. I'm like, go have a beer with the boys, or you know, maybe it's Friday night, have a pizza. Just don't fall off the bandwagon and stay off the bandwagon. Jump back on when you mess up. And a guy raised his hand and was like, so like, you'll eat dessert? And I didn't realize that maybe he thought I never had sugar in my life. But you know, eating perfect is not how I want to live my life. An 80-20, that seems more reasonable. I like good cold beer. I think the best beer are after cutting firewood, or when you've hauled all the meat back to the truck. I do remember the first elk bugle I ever heard. I had talked my uncle into taking me elk hunting. The previous year, I'd killed an elk with a rifle. My dad and I went out, literally killed this elk probably within 2 hours of opening morning with a rifle at like 20 yards. My dad called it in. It was late October, and I remember the reason why I have to tell this part is that that elk was so big. I literally was like, what did we do? We just killed a giant animal. Like, how are we gonna get this off the mountain? We got it out whole, and we were a long ways from the truck. We took a four-wheeler back there and a trailer, and somehow we hauled an entire elk out. We used like ropes and chains and all sorts of come-along things just to get a whole elk out. We didn't know that you could cut it up and pack it out. So the very next year, I got a bow. I was like, I got to try elk hunting when they bugle. I'd seen it on VHS. Yes, VHS. And I was like, I got to do this. And my uncle said that he was an elk hunter, so he took me. So Uncle Kurt took me up in North Idaho. He drove me to a spot. We pulled over in the dark. He kind of waited for it to get daylight, and he pitched a bugle. and we got an immediate response from one of the best sounding bulls I've ever heard to this day. And he was way down in the bottom of a hellhole. And he looked at me and he said, all right, grab your pack, grab your bow. We're going to go kill that bull. And that was my first taste of elk vocalizations. I was hooked from the first bugle on. Elk hunting has changed my life. And it's honestly, it's funny because when you get into sports and stuff in junior high, high school, hunting just took a seat to, took a back seat to sports and stuff. But even when all the high school, all the sports were done and it was time to kind of go in the real world, those memories of hunting with my dad and being in the mountains and, mom letting me go with dad on special hunting trips for the weekend, those things were awesome. And I wanted more of it. I wanted more time with my dad. And if I never found elk hunting, I'd still be a hunter with my dad. But I don't think I would be able to say that hunting changed my life. Elk hunting changed my life. Hearing bugles, knowing that the more work I could put in, the better chances I had of actually getting an elk, that changed my life. Not killing an elk with a bow for 5 years and straight and having opportunities squandered just because I didn't know better, that changed my life. Realizing that I would have to work harder than everyone else just to maybe get an elk on the ground. And when I finally did that with a bow, I kind of found my jam. I found this is my why. This is why I need to get up early. This is why I need to train when I don't feel like training. This is why I need to get better at my weapon. This is why I need to learn more areas, spend more time in the mountains. Yeah, elk hunting changed my life. And I've always loved hunting, but elk hunting is just near and dear to my heart. How do you balance family as well as hunting, especially as much as I elk hunt? Good question. I don't think I've entirely figured that answer out. But I do know that there are some things that I've learned that are probably best practices. And I think, first off, communicating to your significant other and your kiddos that, hey, I gotta go elk hunting because it's who I am. It's something that I live for. I love adventure. I love time in the mountains. I need that time with the Creator. I'm talking about God if you're not sure what I'm talking about. And I need that time to just settle in and realize who I am and what I've been, the direction I'm going, and if I need to alter that course. So ultimately, clarity is what comes about for me elk hunting, which is crazy, right? And the perks are obviously a freezer full of elk meat and some awesome adventures with family and friends. But it doesn't always look that way from their lens because you're just gone. You're not there. Fortunately, my wife does know that she is going to get a better version of Dan when I return home from September, that I'm going to go out there and I'm going to completely get reset. My priorities are going to become crystal clear, and what really matters will not only be pushed to the top of the list, but my family is going to get a much better version of Dan Staten. I'm going to come home a little more grateful for them. I'm going to come home with a little more patience, a little more love. Kids are observant, man. They watch everything you do. It's been really awesome up to this point. That's a really tough question. I think everybody would have some wisdom for their former 18-year-old self. I don't have too many regrets. I don't believe in regret too much, as far as I think all those past decisions have made me who I am. I was a hard worker. I didn't have a clear vision of what I wanted in the hunting world, but I knew I wanted to be a strength and conditioning coach at a young age. I knew I wanted to work in the gym. I knew I wanted to be a part of people's success, have a role in other people's victory with fitness, nutrition, sports performance. And so it was crazy to have that vision at such a young age. So I wouldn't go back and tell me to do anything different. I would just give myself a high five and maybe a slap on the ass and say, keep working hard, keep your head down, and that's what I would do.